Hello, YouTubers and all those hopping to watch. Hope you're all doing quite well. So, I can't remember if I showed this game yet, but I'll show it anyway. Basically, I got three packages or three items within a period of time. Henceforth, the Periodical Pickups tagline or the cheesy, pardon me, innuendo there. But basically, other than that, three games. Two of them are common, well known, and they're kind of the toss to the pile kind of game. But anyway, ended up getting three of these. And first I'm going to start off with the PS4 title I ended up picking up. I'm not sure or certain that I've picked this up and shown you. Again, my memory is just fading, I guess. It's a part of getting old. And that, of course, is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Day Zero Edition copy. Now, it included everything, mint complete, blah, 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 blah. With the Winky on top. One of the cool things I thought about this was it gave this pamphlet here saying from Sledgehammer Games, we're thrilled that you bought it, even though I bought this like seasons and ages later. Even though it's a 2014 game. I have yet to play the single player of this. I want to, so probably am going to pretty soon. Probably today or something. Other than that, yeah, I mean, earn exclusive gear, Clan Wars. Don't know what the fuck that is, don't really care, but other than that, came with like some exo suit, which is like a cosmetic more than anything else, and all this extra weapons, which I barely use. I do use the AK-12 on occasion, but other than that, I don't really use too much of the stuff from the bonus swag, so to speak. I have yet to use the crossbow because I haven't yet to get to that level, but yeah, so far it's alright game. I'm not too much of a fan of the jumping around like an idiot kind of thing. I mean, I do the classic mode, but then I think the funny thing about these Call of Duty games and most modern shooters is that people play camping. With the game supposed to be running around doing TDM, you know, shooting people and all that shit, it's sort of, it turns into a camp fest. So then you have the really skilled people who are just running around everywhere and just blasting the shit out of everybody, which is, I'm completely fine getting my ass kicked by those people, because again, they're playing the game the right way. Then you have people who are doing the other way, which is just sitting around on their fucking knee, hiding around, flicking around in corners, which I always encounter that, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's alright game. I've yet to play single player, so I can't critique that. I heard it's alright, actually, for the story mode, but I actually want to sit down and play the story mode, so I probably will again today. Repetitive, I know. So, next one here is for the original Xbox. I got this and I didn't realize this was the Game of the Year edition, but again, what can I do? And of course is Halo. Now, I picked this up. It was really, really cheap, so that's why I got it. And so, I mean, especially for the price you pay for the shipping plus the game itself, really, really, really cheap. Saved a lot of money. I had an original copy of this, and I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but yeah, and I'm picking up this. Came with manual, the game. There was a little bit fingerprints on it and all that, which is, you know, whatever. I don't expect anything perfection-wise. Came with this, the little buy this and that crap shovelware stuff. And all that stuff. Came with the manual, which was pretty decently put out. A little holographic, a little shiny. So I thought it was pretty obscenely cool. But other than that, ended up picking up a retro game. I mean, technically Halo's a retro game now at this point, but this one right here is a retro game. A genuinely retro game. And as a term that gets loosely thrown around like loose panties at a raid party, this one here is a hidden gem, and I'm saying this with an under-fucking line, because this one is actually a hidden gem. I've heard people so much say that everything is a hidden gem. They say Super Mario Brothers is a fucking hidden gem. Fuck it. People said this right here, Final Fantasy Anthology is a fucking hidden gem, and it's like, motherfucker, everyone saw this shit. You know, a hidden gem is something generally no one has seen. It's been in the soil, it's been in the dirt, digged in deep. I mean, just to make a clickbait video saying, oh, this is a hidden gem, it's like, get the fuck, Mario Bros. Ain't fucking hidden gem, get the fuck out. Anyway, so, people like think I'm being a jerk to these people. It's like, no, I'm just like, I listen to these or look at these taglines. Like, I don't click the video, but I see them hold a copy of Mario Brothers. Like, you know, it's to them it might be, sure, in their world, but generally everyone kind of knows about that game. You know, ain't much of a gem. I mean, it's a gem in general, sure. Let me rephrase that. But as a hidden gem, absolutely not. But, okay, anyway. Shadow Blaster. This right here is a hidden gem. Like, this is one you probably would show to somebody and they would not truly know what this is at first. It's basically a platformer. Let me explain it as I put it down. It's basically a I should probably just show it like this, so I'm not looking at the back and cheating. So people are like, he's looking at the back, he's describing the back. Basically, I played this since my childhood. We purchased this a long time ago. Now, this, of course, I got as a secondary copy because I think my brother took this copy we had. And so, basically, what this is it's 4 warriors, all set from like a different time. Basically, they were sent from a different part of time, and they all have unique powers and abilities. One's a Shaolin monk, another one's a ninja, another one's a warrior, and the other one's sort of like a priest of sorts. But basically, all 4 of these characters go off. All each have their own unique abilities and powers. One's electricity, another one's earth. The other one is wind, and I think the other one was water. I can't tell. They both have the similar light, I think. Anyway, so it's unique stages and all that. They're all similar with enemies. All the enemies are kind of like rewashed, rehashed. Other than that, your goal is to basically power up your character by grinding enemies and getting like these little symbols which are like green and white and all that stuff, and you power them up and you reach to the final boss, which is like I mean, the sprites in this game are freaking huge, might I add, for a Sega Genesis game. Like, everything just looks really great. I think the best part of this game overall is the music. The music is just fucking fantastic for a Sega Genesis game overall. I mean, yes, you have many games for Sega Genesis that did use the chip quite well, but this one really took it to another level. I mean, it's not like, you know, near the end of the cycle for Sega Genesis top quality, but it's just it uses what it had for the day really well. I mean, yes, they recycle the same boss theme at the end of each boss, but each boss overall is pretty wild. I mean, once you power up your characters and use the right strategy with those, it feels a little bit like Mega Man. Like, it has a little bit like Mega Man elements to it. But other than that, it's not completely like Mega Man, though. I mean, you have 4 characters you can switch between, each having their own unique ability and power that can be used in a certain way. Each character's powers have like a strength and an advantage versus other bosses in the game. And each boss in this game are actually pretty cool. Don't let the cheesy cover or the Americanized cover fool you. It's genuinely, really, make sure you're seeing it. Alright. It's genuinely quite cool. It has really, really, really good boss battles. I mean, they're not super well thought out because you just dodge shit most of the time, but other than that, I like that, and I also like the last boss battle, which is totally different from everything else in the game, which was pretty cool. But I'll leave that for folks like yourself to discover if you're interested in the game. Ever since I mentioned Mega Man or probably anything else like that, people are going to go over eBay and buy it, and then over time people are going to like inflate the shit out of the game, and then everyone's going to be like, God damn it, why is this so expensive? But yeah, you can get it relatively affordable, so it's not anything that's going to make you go broke. But if you own a Sega Genesis and want a good game, it's worth it. It's a little bit weird for some folks, but it's actually pretty good. It's a really good game. It's challenging at some points too, so that's why you have to sit back a little bit and farm enemies a little bit, and then get your character stronger before you rush to the boss and relatively beat him. Most of the levels are pretty short, otherwise they're pretty decently length too if you're sitting there grinding the enemies to get to the boss and beat the boss. So yeah, other than that, that's basically what I've picked up. Also, on a side note, my friend JT or Okada is going to be doing a live stream, and he wants me to tag along for this. He also wants me to pick up some equipment, which is like $150. It's like, that's all I gotta say is, that's $150. I can spend that money for more games, and I'd rather have more games at the moment, but I don't know, I'll see what I can do with that. He basically wants me to be his co-host with that, for that such thing, so I'll keep you all updated on my DanVanDam Facebook page, and update you folks with any live streams for JT for his broadcast. He's putting a lot of effort into the said broadcast so that he can actually have a really high quality one, so you guys can watch what he's playing, and me and him are going to be like rambling to each other, so hopefully that turns out pretty good. Whew. So other than that, take it easy. Thank you all for watching, and take care.